8, when my best friend set me up to be unalived, and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. Okay, y'all, so I want to explain something that I did not touch on in part 7. My cousin had absolutely no idea what had been going on over the last couple of weeks between my best friend, me, and my homeboy. The only thing she knew was that she was going with me to catch a play. She didn't know that it was the best friend's play or anything like that. And when we got to the hospital, the police took her and took her for questioning. So when my family reached the hospital, they did not see her at first. The first person that they saw was my best friend. That's why they had so many questions for him. And when they finished questioning my cousin, she was allowed to go in with my family. And that is when they questioned my best friend. But he told them the same thing he told my family. He went inside the trailer, he heard the shots, and when he came outside, I was gone. So I'm laying there, I'm crying. I just found out that I'm paralyzed. And I'm just boo-hoo crying. And my mama is like, girl, hush, you alive. That's all that matter. I'd rather you be in a chair than me have to come visit you at your gravesite every day. And I'm telling her, like, Ma, I am happy that I'm alive, but I'm paralyzed. Like, what I'm going to do without my legs? Like, how am I going to take care of my children? Like, I live a carefree lifestyle. Like, I can't be confined to a chair. So my parents and my sister, they trying to comfort me, and I'm getting worked up. So I'm like, can I get some water? Can somebody give me some water? Because I ain't had nothing to drink since before I got shot or to eat. I'm hungry. So the nurse that's in the room tell me that I can't have anything to eat or drink. So my first mind goes to, okay, I'm NPO. So I'm like, well, what procedure do I have to have now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's next? So she tells me that I can't have anything to drink or eat because my esophagus was bust during the shooting. One of the bullets bust my esophagus, and I have a feeding tube in my side. So I'm like, a feeding tube? Like, anybody know me know I love food. So now I can't eat either. So like I just start crying even more. So I'm like, what else is wrong with me? Like, just tell me what's going on. So the nurse go to running down all my injuries. I'm paralyzed. I can't eat or drink through my mouth. I got a feeding tube. I lost my spleen. I had damage to my liver. I had half of my stomach taken. And then she says that I lost a portion of my small intestine and my large intestine. So when she tell me that I done lost pieces of my intestines, I instantly go to flipping out. I'm like, so I got a shit bag? Like, I got to walk around with a shit bag in my purse for the rest of my life? And I don't know why she thought that that was a kiki laugh moment, but baby giggled. And she was like, no, you don't have a colostomy bag. You only lost portions of it. You're still able to function that way normally. Because, baby, I was flipping out. Like, what I supposed to have? My lip gloss, my chapstick, and a shit bag in my purse for the rest of my life? It's already bad enough that I'm in this chair. So the nurse tell my family that she think it's best that they go home and let me rest for the night. So over that night, y'all, I'm stewing. I have experienced every emotion you can think of. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm depressed. Like, I'm just all over the place. I couldn't sleep. So the next morning, it's maybe about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and I get a knock on the door. I'm thinking that it's the doctors and the nurses and stuff like that coming in to, you know, give me my medicines or flip me or anything like that because I can't move. Y'all, why the black nurse come walking through the door? I seen that lady, y'all, and I was so happy to see that lady. Like, my smile on my face got so big. And she was like, hey, baby, how you doing? And my smile turned into tears. I just started boo-hoo crying. I was like, I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. I can't eat. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just boo-hoo crying, y'all. And, of course, she got me together real quick. She was stressing. Stop all that crying. What you crying for? So I was like, I'm paralyzed. Like, what I'm supposed to do. So she was like, well, do you want to walk again? And I was like, yes, of course I want to walk again. And she was like, well, you walk again. And I was like, but I'm paralyzed. And she was like, after what you just survived, how could you believe that anything was impossible? And so I was like, but the doctor said that I'm paralyzed. And she said, baby, that's a doctor. That ain't God. So she was able to calm me down, y'all. And we talked for about 15, 20 minutes. And, you know, she explained to me that she had been coming by checking on me before, after her shift. She had her church praying for me. And that she was just so happy that I had survived. So she ended up leaving. And a couple hours later, the police came to see me. So when the police came, it was 2 detectives and a uniformed officer. So they asking me, like, you know, all the questions. Do I know who shot me? What happened? Do I know why they shot me? And, you know, I'm trying to figure out in my mind, like, what all I want to tell these people, because I don't want to incriminate myself. I don't want to go to jail. And I also am thinking about when I get out of this bed and when I get out this chair and when I can walk again, what I'm going to do. But in my mind, I got to think about all the pain that I done caused myself, all the pain that I done caused my family, like where I'm at in life right now because of the choices that I done made over the last couple of months. And I said, fuck it. And I told them everything, y'all. Like, I didn't leave nothing out. You feel me? So when it come time for me to identify the shooter, they pull out some pictures. So they asked me, do I see the person that shot me? And I see the enforcer right there. So I point him out. Yeah, that guy right there. That's who shot me. So that's when they proceed to tell me that the enforcer had got arrested earlier that afternoon. So after my sister had took these scribblings down to the police department and they began their investigation on the enforcer, they started to piece the puzzle together. And one of the ways they began to piece the puzzle together is they checked all of our phone records and they checked where our phones were pinging. And at the time of my shooting, my phone, the enforcer's phone, and my best friend's phone all pinged off the same tower that was there at that house. They also checked the phone records and they saw calls from my best friend to the enforcer, my best friend to me, my best friend to an unknown number, and from the enforcer to the unknown number. So they had these phone records that were kind of painting a picture of who was calling who right before I was shot, right after I shot, and where everybody was when those phone calls were being made. And the way they ended up arresting the enforcer is that my best friend was in jail. The enforcer had made a visitation for my best friend. So when he got to the visitation to see him, they arrested him at visitation. So they also explained to me that they felt like some more people were involved because of the unknown number that they had on the phone records. So they were going to leave this uniformed police officer there with me just in case anything happened. They also placed a uniformed police officer at my family's home and at my family's restaurant just in case, until they had everybody in custody that was involved with the shooting. So later on that night, my sister came to see me. So I asked her, can I use her phone? Because I want to call my ex. Because I want to know, like, why he ain't been out there to see me. Like, you know, I want to talk to him. Like, this my nigga at the time. So she tell me that, no, I can't use her phone to call him. She banned him from the hospital. That's why he ain't been up there. So now I'm confused. Like, why would you ban my nigga from the hospital? Like, what's going on? So that's when she tell me that since I've been shot, my ex has been in the club, hanging out, partying, like I wasn't in here fighting for my life. She also tells me that after I got shot, he came to my family and told them that they needed to give him my money and all my work because I would want him to have it. But my little sister ain't no fool. She ain't going for that. And after I had got shot, she had already went to my house and cleared out everything that night when she left the police department. And tune in again. Part 9 dropping soon. Part 9 of when my best friend set me up to be unalived. and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. So a couple days go by, and the police come back and pay me a visit again. They want to talk to me about the unknown number that's on the call log. So they have pretty much established that the unknown number belongs to the big homie. Y'all remember he was sitting in the front seat the day that they put me in the whole seat and my homeboy was in the car. But when they go and talk to my best friend and the enforcer, neither one of them will tell them that that is who the number belongs to. And when they did the research with the number was nowhere near the trailer at the time of my shooting. So because all of this, they cannot connect him to my shooting and they cannot make an arrest. So he just roaming around free, y'all. So they just want to make me aware that they're doing everything that they can to connect this other person to my shooting. But until they get some more evidence, they won't be able to make an arrest. So after talking with the detectives over the next couple of days, I end up having an ultrasound. And that's when I find out that I'm having a girl. So when one of my homegirls come to see me, I ask her, can I use her phone? So I reach out to my ex because I done told him that this is his baby. So I reach out to him to tell him that I'm having a girl. But we end up getting into a big argument, y'all, about all the things that he had been doing while I was in the hospital. So when my little sister and my parents find out that I done reached out to my ex and we done got into such a big argument, they stop everybody from coming to see me. Because at this point, they don't trust anybody. So the doctors end up coming to me and they're like, hey, we have a new drug that's on the market, gabapentin, and we would like to give you this drug because we feel like it would help you with the paralysis in your legs. So I'm like, hell yeah, give me anything. I don't care what it is. Give me anything as long as I can walk again, y'all. So I start on the medication, and after maybe like a week or so, I start getting the feeling back in my right leg. It don't feel as sleep anymore. But my left leg is still dead, y'all. I can't really feel anything. So around Thanksgiving time, the hospital that I was in originally felt like I was well enough to go home. So I end up going home maybe about 3 days after Thanksgiving. And I wasn't home 24 hours, y'all, before I ended up collapsing and I had to be rushed back. But I end up at Tampa General Hospital in Tampa now. So now I'm back in the hospital. And I ended up being in the hospital for 4 months, from October to February. And while I was in the hospital, because I was on so many different medications, I ended up getting C. diff. And with C. diff, it affects your bowels. You can't really use the bathroom. I felt like I was constipated all the time and I couldn't get nothing out. So one day, they end up giving me a laxative. So a little while after they gave me this laxative, I started getting real bad cramps and pain in my stomach. So I keep calling the nurse, telling the nurse, hey, I think I'm in labor. And she keep telling me, you not in labor. That's just the laxative working. You got a lot of buildup. And when it passed through you, it's going to hurt. So I'm laying there and I'm in pain for hours. Like I'm going through it, y'all. I can't get up out this bed and I'm in so much pain. So later on that night, my sister come to see me and I'm telling her like, hey, I feel like I'm in labor. I done called the nurse in here 3, 4, 5 times and she not listening to me. And when I told my sister that, y'all, she showed her natural ass. When I tell you she cussed that nurse out so good, baby, she cussed her and called her everything but the child of God. So that made them bring a labor and delivery nurse in and they checked me. And y'all, I had been in labor for hours. I was already dilated. So now they go to panicking. They go to calling labor delivery, getting doctors on the line. Somebody got to come down here and get me and check me because I am about 4 months early from giving birth. And when they get me in the back and they check me, the umbilical cord is wrapped around my daughter's throat and she's not getting any oxygen. So now they have to rush me into emergency surgery. And because I had been cut up and down for my injuries, I could not have a traditional C-section. I had to be cut straight up and down in order for them to get the baby out of me. So they end up doing the surgery and taking my baby out. But when they went in to do the surgery and take her out, they saw that more of my large intestine was damaged. So they had to remove more of my large intestine. I had to have a surgery. So I ended up in recovery after I had my baby, and I could not see her. So it was maybe about a week or so before I got to see my baby. So they put me in the wheelchair and they rolled me down to see her. And when they rolled me in the room, y'all, I'm overcome with so much emotion because my baby was so small, like she could fit in the palm of my hand. So while I'm looking at her, you know, I'm checking her out. I'm like, okay, she got 10 toes. And when I get to her hands, my baby got 12 fingers, y'all. She got an extra digit on each hand. And when I seen the extra digit, y'all, I knew who baby that was. Because my son was born with 12 fingers and my baby daddy was born with 12 fingers. So y'all, the baby ended up being my baby daddy's baby. So after I had my baby, they were able to start me on certain medications that I could not take while I was pregnant. And because I was taking these medications, I could not breastfeed my baby. And we are a breastfeeding family. But y'all, my little sister saved the day again. While I was in the hospital and all this was going on, my little sister was pregnant too, y'all. And she had just had her baby. So she started pumping extra milk and she breastfed my baby. So now maybe about 2 weeks go by. My sister, she pumping every day, sending her milk to the hospital. I'm rolling down there every day seeing my baby. My mama and daddy coming to the hospital every day to see me. And on February 17th, y'all, they finally released me from the hospital. So I was in the hospital from October 30th to February 17th. My baby ended up having to stay in the NICU for about 3 months after I had her. So when I first get home, y'all, I'm so happy. Like things, you know, they finally making a turn for the better. My baby's doing good. I'm doing good. But all that was short-lived, y'all. Maybe a week or so after I get home from the hospital, my family sit me down and they explained to me that while I was in the hospital, my mother has found out that she has cancer. So over the course of the next year, my daughter has been released from the hospital and my mama fighting her cancer. So I'm rehabbing like crazy, y'all. I gotta get out of this chair. So now I'm up and I'm walking and I'm moving around. And my mama, she's so weak and fragile from fighting this cancer that she can't work. So our family business is struggling. So in my mind, the only thing I know to do is get back outside with the movers and the shakers, y'all. Because I got to provide. So I go to one of my homeboys and I let him know, hey, I got to get back on. Tie me up. So he give me what I need and I'm back outside with it, y'all. But word get around that I'm back outside. And if y'all remember, they never made an arrest on Big Homie. So now he outside and I'm outside. So stay tuned for part 10. Part 10, where my best friend set me up to be unalived and I was shot 5 times while 18 weeks pregnant. So now I'm back outside and I'm getting to the money. But while I'm outside, we are awaiting the trial. So I gotta be very careful not to catch no charges or to do nothing crazy because the defense gonna use that against me. And y'all, these niggas got bold, y'all. They started sending people at me to keep me from testifying. And it was never the big homie or the enforcer themselves. It was always people that I knew, y'all. First, it started with phone calls. Like I got a phone call from one of my homeboys that was in jail one day and he's stressing, I need to holler at you. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? So he's stressing, hey, I'm in here with the enforcer and he just wants you to know that he not the one that shot you. So my first question to him is, why the fuck is you calling me with this? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I saw who shot me. How you gonna tell me that this man didn't shoot me when I saw who shot me? So another time, I'm in the hood playing cards one day, and one of my plays pull up on me. And when he pull up on me, I go get in the car to handle some business. So when I get in the car, he go to stressing, listen, I ain't trying to be in the middle of nothing, but the enforcer wanted me to let you know that he ain't the one that shot you. So now I'm getting blowed. Like, what the fuck going on? So when the phone calls and the running down on me didn't work, they started shooting money at me, y'all. A couple of his relatives reached out to me, and the first time they offered me $5,000. Then they offered me $10,000. Then they offered me $15,000 for me not to testify. So one day I'm going to get some work. So I go to my plug house. I pull up, I get out, and I go in through the garage. And when I go through the garage, he let the garage down on me, and we chopping it up as usual. And the next thing I know, the door open. And when I look up, the enforcer's nephew is walking through the door. So I'm looking like, what the fuck? I instantly go to reaching down in my purse, because everybody know I keep that thing on me. So the first thing he go to stressing is, Red, I ain't here to do nothing to you. Me and you all right. Because me and him have always been all right. So I'm like, well, what the fuck you doing here then? What's up? Like, what is this? So he want to know what it's going to take, how much it's going to cost for me not to get on the stand. So now I'm looking at this nigga stupid. I'm looking at both of them stupid. Because what the fuck? Like I told him, why the fuck would I not get on the stand? Y'all don't seem to understand that I saw who shot me. I know who shot me. My child is disabled because he shot me. He almost took my life. There is no amount of money in the world that is going to keep me from getting on that stand. So when I leave there that day, I'm blowed. I'm telling myself, you got to slow down a little bit. You got to take a step back. So I go to my baby daddy, because I done already let him know that this is his baby. And I'm stressing, listen, I got to chill. These niggas keep shooting at me. They keep sending people towards me. I got to lay low. So I need your help. I can't hustle like I've been hustling. So my baby daddy helping me out, and things is all cool at first. But one day, me and him get into an argument. I can't even remember what the argument about, y'all. It was so small, but it turned into something so big. And y'all, this nigga fucked around and said, if you keep talking, I'm gonna tell them niggas where the fuck you stay at. What? Oh, fuck, nigga, I can't trust you neither. So y'all, now I'm blowed. My head spinning. I don't know who to trust, you know what I'm saying? But all I know is my mama is getting sicker. She's losing her battle with cancer. And I gotta get me some money. So me and these bad decisions, y'all. So I know I can't really get money in my hood like I normally be getting money. And I can't trust my baby daddy no more. So I gotta get back outside, and that caused me to go to getting money in places that I ain't got no business getting money in. And y'all, I fucked around and caught a charge. I went to jail. So while I'm in jail, the state attorney come to see me, and she hot. She giving it to my ass, y'all. She stressing, don't you know they gonna use all this against you? So she telling me when I get out of jail that I gotta chill. I can't get back in no more trouble. I gotta stay out the streets. But I really ain't trying to hear none of that, y'all. My baby disabled. My mama dying. I can barely walk. I can barely eat. I can't trust nobody around me. And I'm going broke. Like, what do you want me to do? So when I got out of jail, y'all, I went right back to my block. I'm in crash out mode now. Ain't nobody telling me what I can do. Ain't nobody finna run me off my block. I'm through the city with it every fucking day. So one day, I'm riding through the city. And I keep checking my rear view, and I feel like this car following me. So I hit a couple turns. The car hit a couple turns too. I hit a couple more turns. Car hit a couple more turns too. So I'm like, damn, is this car following me? So I hit it. Boom. I'm sliding. I look back, and the car's still behind me. So I head straight to my cousin's house. I jump out the car. I go around the front of the car, and I get on the side of the car. And I kind of lean down a little bit. And when the car come passing by, I stand up, and I look inside the car, and it's the big homie in the fucking car. This nigga following me. So maybe like 2-3 weeks go by. I'm like real cautious now. I'm in my rear view every day. Like I'm really paying attention to what's going on around me. And my homegirl hit me up one day and she like, hey, can you give me a ride to the jail? I need to go see my baby daddy. So I'm like, yeah, cool, I got you. So while we on our way to the jail to see her baby daddy, something inside me say, go see that fuck nigga. So I made a visitation to go see my best friend. And I go in and I sit down and it's a virtual visitation, like on a computer screen. So I'm sitting there like 5-10 minutes. Like he took forever to come to the screen. I know he was kind of like surprised or maybe shook. Like, damn, what the fuck she doing here? So when he finally come in and he sit down, the first thing I say to him is, you got something you want to say to me? And the first thing that nigga say is, I'm sorry. So I'm stressing, what the fuck you mean you sorry? Like I could have died. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? How could you let something like that happen to me? So he on some, I didn't know it was finna happen. The same thing he was stressing about me being in the backseat of that car. I didn't know it was finna happen. I didn't know till after the fact. I would never do anything like that to you. So this time, I'm calling bullshit. Fuck nigga, you a liar. You a bitch ass nigga. I'm spazzing. Like I'm going off. Like I'm so angry, y'all. I just let every bit of emotion that I had been feeling since I got shot, I just laid it all out right there in front of him. Like I went the fuck off. So I leave visitation. I feel a little better. But shit still fucked up for me, y'all. And a couple of weeks later, I'm through the city and I pull over at the racetrack. And when I pull over at the racetrack, I'm pumping my gas. And while I'm pumping my gas, I look towards the door of the racetrack. And it's the same car that had been following me a couple weeks before. So while I'm looking, the big homie get out of his car. So then he get out of the car and he walk to the back of his car and he go to leaning on the car like this. So I go to leaning on my car like this. So he looking at me, I'm looking at him. And I'm like, what's up? What we gonna do? And y'all, this nigga laughed, got in his car, and drove off. So when I left the store that day, I said, something gotta give. I gotta make a change. I got too much at stake here, and shit is getting ugly. So I left the streets, I got a job, and I enrolled in school. And now I'm out the way. So now I'm out the way, I'm doing good, I'm sticking to the script. And then the next thing I know, my world come crashing down, y'all. I'm on my way to school, and I get a phone call, and my mama done died. And y'all gotta come back for part 11.